2, 1. And okay, we have music, lights, sound, action. Hey everybody. Wow, that's a really cool setup. I just like kind of saw it for the first time with like the PAX East banner and all of your lovely faces. It looks great.
I'm
And
so
the
excited.
captions. Yeah, it's good. We have a good setup going on. So, hi everybody. Welcome back. This is our annual PAX East kind of extravaganza. Oh wait, no, the music's off on the screen. Now it's on. Okay. PAX East chat banter conversation extraordinaire extravaganza, whatever you want to attribute to this, we'll take it. Yeah. But it's popular, and the people at PAX Media, I'm pretty sure, have seen this particular segment a couple times, so we keep doing it, and all of y'all are amazing. I just put everything together. So without further ado, let's introduce our amazing panel that we have here. I'm Essy. I'm just a facilitator. My pronouns are she, her, sometimes they, if I want to wear my Thembo t-shirt that I got from Anime Boston.
Nice.
Shout out to AB. But yeah, I'm going to be the facilitator and kind of just leading the conversation and talking about bullet points on a screen. I'm not really the talent here. Let's talk about the amazing talent we do have and go over to the incredible Zelden. Zelden, hello. Who are you?
Hi.
And tell us a little bit about yourself. Give us the whole elevator blurb.
All right, so hi, I'm Zelden or ZeldaandFairies over on Twitch. I'm also on all their social media. I'm all over the place. I am a cosplayer and streamer / all the artsy things because I can't help myself. And yeah, you can find me here and on TikTok doing random things whenever I want to. And I also attend conventions like PAX East and Anime Boston. And it's a great time. And I'm happy
And her
to be here.
cosplays are amazing.
That's so sweet. Stop.
Do you still have your Twitter? Because I just realized that the Nightbot command has your old Twitter. I can link right to your BlueSky if I can find it. Okay.
The Twitter exists,
Sky.
but I don't use it because
Zelden and Fairies.
Reasons.
Because of reasons.
Yes.
I'm excited for this PAX East. I have no idea what I have ideas of what I'm cosplaying next time, but we can talk about it a little later.
Yes, which is always a little segment that we do is talk about our cosplays. Mostly yours, because I think I did Android 18 one year just as like a casual thing. And
Which we
like,
love.
Yeah.
I love Android 17, so it makes me happy.
Yeah, we still have to do our meetup.
Yes.
That'd be amazing.
Speaking of amazing people, Kat. Look at that segue. Kat, hello, who are you? And what do you do out there on the internet?
Well, I'm Cat's Tales or Katarina, and I'm on Twitch as Cat's Tales. I stream about 20 hours a week there, and I'm a mom and a gamer for life, and that's really about it. I'm on socials. I'm less good at socials by a mile than ZeldaandFairies, but I'm out there trying to do it, getting better, making a couple videos here and there. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. That's my main game, is Star Wars The Old Republic. Still, yes, 14 years I've been playing that game. And then other than that, I just do sort of like variety. I do tend to enjoy cooperative games, MMOs, that type of stuff. And I like the stories, but I also like PvP and raiding and all the things. So I think about cosplaying a lot, and sometimes I dress up for my stream, but that's not really the same thing. So I enjoy and appreciate other people's real cosplays, but I'm like is it closet cosplay?
Closet cosplayer.
Yeah, that's
we
me.
stand those.
Yes,
I
do.
love those. Thrift shopping for closet cosplays is everything.
Yeah,
I love it.
And closet cosplay is real cosplay, and I'm not just saying that because that's all the cosplay that I do. But I made the shell for Bowsette once, and it was kind of like I didn't know what I was doing.
Sick.
I still have it. It's not here. It's at my old apartment. But that's where my Bowsette shell is. But like I got to like it was a lot more space. I worked on this thing like in the basement at all hours of the night, like sanded it down, and I took like styrofoam cones and like glued it to the back of it. I don't know what kind of glue it used, but it's still sticking, and every once in a while I have to like put a piece back on. But that was the one project that I did, the one cosplay project that I really enjoyed. But I'll stop yapping. Tell us
We love
about
yapping.
tell us about your cosplays, because I really want to really want to take some time to show off your amazing cosplays. And what's the best place to find them? Because last year we like had them up so people could see them on your
Yep.
Twitter. BlueSky, I'm assuming same thing.
It would be probably on
Or your Instagram. Okay.
Yeah, that's where we would find the most up-to-date photos of those.
Okay, so while I'm pulling this up, tell us about the cosplays you did last year, and then we can talk about the ones that you're going to be planning on doing for 2025.
Okay, so last year I played Tears of the Kingdom, and the year prior I had already done Link from Tears of the Kingdom, and that was before the game came out. I really wanted to be Link while there with the statue and everything. So the year after, last year, I decided to do this character named Minoru, who's like a later game, depending on how you play it, character. And she's kind of like this, like, I don't know how to describe this creature, but it's kind of like a fox, tall thing, beautiful lady that I was like, I want to be her. I know I'm not as tall as her, but I'll get close enough. And so I painted my face gray. I wore a full body suit of gray so that I could look like I had gray skin. And then I sewed a dress together somehow. And I glued together a bunch of foam to make the props and beads and all sorts of stuff that was way too detailed. When I was there at every 2 seconds, and then I'd go and fix it and then fall apart again. But
It looked
it was
so good,
awesome.
though. It looked
Thank
so
you.
good.
It's so funny because we had a panel that we did together, me and Kat,
Yeah.
and I am just face paint for days. I'm just gray face paint, and like everybody else is like talking normal, and then there's just me, just like furry vibes in the corner. I loved it. It was a lot of fun. I'm really proud of that cosplay. Like I really challenged myself.
Yeah, you should be. It was really, really awesome.
Thank you.
It was, and I think that's the one that we have a photo of, right?
Yes.
That we put, yeah. Sorry,
Yep,
Instagram was making me jump through hoops.
Oh, we love
Just
that.
I mean,
we love Instagram.
I appreciate the added layer of security, but damn. Okay, all right. I think we have your gram up as well.
Sick.
Ren Fair. I want to go right to. There we go. Okay.
Yeah,
Let
she's
me
there.
swap over here. And we'll scroll down. I mean, this is your public Insta, so
Yeah.
I mean, everyone can see all the cool stuff you got going on, as well. In addition, in all the other amazing cosplays you have.
Sorry, I saw
that
myself in a
free
bald cap.
promo. That was one of your TikToks, right? I think, where you did like the. Okay, so let's do. I mean, these are all incredible photos. But let's see. Yeah, this one's perfect. And look at how amazing. Look at this amazing cosplay.
See?
We're just gonna. This is turned into the glazing Zelden podcast.
I can't.
Oh, you're-
I have to leave.
But yeah, no, this is Zelden's Instagram. If you're not following her, go do that right now, and then follow her on all the socials. Same thing with Kat, but we just have this up right now. And the incredible cosplays here from PAX are also up, and of course, your Link. And I never played this game. Tell us about this version. This version of Link.
He is immaculate and spectacular. His arm, rest in peace to his arm. Yeah, and this version of him, he experiences a tragedy when he accidentally awakens something beneath the castle of Hyrule. And then he loses his arm in the process, and then TLDR, some dead guy gives him his arm. But he's amazing because he can do all sorts of like things with this arm, like can phase through walls and and build things, and it's incredible because it's kind of like sandboxy vibes but in an adventure game. So I love this version of Link, and it was really fun to do it.
That's amazing. Okay, so
It was so good.
let's go back over to PAX, and now that we've seen a little sample of your amazing cosplays, you want to see more, now that it's not in the screen anymore, go and follow Zelden on Instagram and the socials. But let's speculate on your cosplays for this year. I'm probably just gonna do Android 18 again because I'm boring. So what's on your docket?
I'm stuck between two things because of course, I have to make my life difficult. So
I know the struggle. I know the struggle. I promise.
I have no time, but in my head, I'm like, no, I have time to do like a big one, I'm sure. But I'm stuck between two. There's one from Ocarina of Time. This character named Twin Rova, who's two witches that are this edition combined together.
Yes.
Like I love the idea of turning into their combined form with the two pigtails and like the body, like the pants that are like billowy. Like I've made pants like those before, and then they have like an armor bodice that I could do, and it's like simple enough. And the hardest part would be the wig, and I'm not the greatest at wig making, so it's gonna challenge me, and I love a challenge. But then this other part of me that's like, I also love the idea of doing if you ever played Star Fox, the crystal.
I'm excited about the info you're about to drop here.
The idea of cosplaying as Crystal it's in my brain, and she's a fox looking, or I think she's like, I don't know what she is. She's a dog, fox, cat thing, and she's beautiful and incredible. She has a full body suit that I would do. Like there's two forms of her. There's one that she's like scantily clad, but I can't do that. That's not my vibe. I can't do that.
Okay.
But yeah.
So I'm okay. I am both curious and confused now. So because I only played was she in the original Star Fox? Am I just not remembering this? Am I not remembering this key memory and this amazing character?
The one that I played her, it was Star Fox Assault.
Okay.
That one was in that game. She was wearing a full bodysuit, and she looks beautiful. She's also a trophy in Smash Bros.
Seeing this character is like living out the meme from Community, like, this better not awaken anything in me. But like okay, that makes sense because I played Star Fox 64 because I'm an old millennial, and but I played that when that first came out, and there were like cardboard cutout advertisements for that at Blockbuster.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So but then after that, I knew that there were some more entries, but I had never played another one, and now I am having a deep sense of regret because this character is going to be my new obsession for the next 3 months at least.
Yes, she's one of those that she's a deep cut. Like she's in there, deep ingrained into your mentee. Like she is. Yeah. So the idea of doing that feels so iconic and like something that I should do one day because I loved her. But I don't know. I can't decide.
I am
bodysuit or wig.
Honestly, I feel like whatever you do is going to be amazing and outstanding.
Thanks.
I'm working on a Vi to add to Android 18. So because I want to make sure that my PAX cosplays, because I'm running around with equipment, camera gear, microphones, like extra water and all kinds of stuff for doing the interview style of content creation. I envy and admire anyone who does like the dances and the fun stuff. I don't have that kind of talent, so I think y'all are super cool to be able to do that. I'm just out there being like, doing my old MTV thing, and like, you know what I mean? This like talking, this like being like, hey, come over here and do like a 10-minute interview and tell us about your product and stuff. But I mean, it's cool, especially in the TTRPG world, because we can talk about that. We can talk about like featured products that we're gonna run on stream or whatever. Yeah, I'm looking at bringing in Vi. I have the Vi wig here.
Yes.
I loved that. I thought that was a nice one.
Yeah, I wear that wig a lot. You've probably seen that on my socials as well as like my casual look. So I immediately fell into it. I got it for Vi, and I just used it for casual. With that being said, Kat, any potential cosplays this year?
So I have one. I have to, like I said, it's gonna be whatever, not anywhere near as awesome. But the thing that I actually really want to do is I've been waiting for 2 years for Dune Awakening to come out, and it's
Yeah.
supposed to be coming out early this year.
Mhm.
So I go to PAX, as you guys know, with my son. So I was thinking about being
Yes.
Lady
I got to
Jessica
meet
and
your
having
son
him be
too.
Paul.
That was
Right.
super cool.
So,
That
and
was
he's
super
got
cool.
curly hair like
Yeah.
that too. So I was like, all I have to do, and he's sort of slim also. Like, I'm like, I just got to get him like in a Atreides uniform. And then I have to get like some of those like crazy, like, Benny Gesserit vibes,
Yeah.
robes type
Yes.
thing.
I
But
love
that's
the Bene
in
Gesserit.
my mind. Last year we took so many pictures with like the Chris knife and like all this stuff and blah blah.
Mhm.
But they didn't have anything. I'm bringing a paint box. I should.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just have a whole like the
That would be
the
amazing.
little hook on my hand will be like, this is the Gom Jabbar.
Fear is the.
Anyway.
I've been quoting that. I've been quoting Fear is the. I shall not fear.
It's
Fear
so
is the mind
good.
killer. Because the world is on fire, and that is
Yeah.
genuinely good advice to live by. Like, you cannot
It's good.
stress yourself out with fear.
That like litany against fear or whatever is so good in
Yeah.
so many parts of life. But yeah, so that was what I was thinking, like that I could be, or
Yes.
her and him, and that would be really fun. I have to just get him to agree to wear an Atreides uniform.
You
Atreides!
can do it. You
I
can
have
do it.
Right?
gone down the biggest Dune rabbit hole since the second movie. Dune 2 was so it was amazing. And
I feel like it was really well done. I'm a huge fan of back here, everybody. Those are like all my books are back there, but at least
Mhm.
12 or 14 of them are Dune books, all in a row back there. And I know there's like 22 of them, I think, total now. So I'm
I didn't
kind
even
of
know there was
behind.
that many.
But yeah, well, Frank
Wow.
Herbert wrote 5 or 6 of them, and then his son continued with like some of his notes and blah blah blah. So everyone agrees, I think, and I agree too. The writing isn't as good in the other ones, but still, if you're interested in the story as he was, thinking up all these things, it's there.
Yeah.
So like it might not be the superior product, but it's still playing in a universe that I'm really interested in, so I keep reading them. So haters, go ahead and hate away, but I'm still reading them because I'm a fan and I like being in the universe.
There is
So-
literally nothing wrong with that. Read away.
Yeah.
And so Dune is actually big in the TTRPG world. Here's 2 amazing Essy segues for you. There's the TTRPG, and if we ever run that, you'll be the first person I reach out to for a spot at the table, because I know you're a big Dune fan, like we just
I
talked
love
about,
that.
and it looks so cool. I think I'm gonna say I thought it was Free League, but let's find out right now. Dune, and see if I'm right. TTRPG. Actually, no. Let's bring it up on the big screen here.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Dune TTRPG. No, it's Mophidius. Mophidius. Yep, here we are. Wow, the Imperial Limited Edition is really cool, but it's also $635.
Oh my.
But the actual book, gays, theys, and everyone in between, gals, gays, and theys, is I think it's 57-ish if you buy it directly, is what it looks like. But yeah, it's really cool. I really like Mophidius, and speaking of segues, Mophidius also does the Fallout TTRPG. So I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything from Bethesda there this year at PAX, but I did see the Dune game that you just talked about. They had a big standee, right? And I think you spent some time over there.
I did, because I'm like a giant nerd. I was like, please tell me some secrets. I did manage to guess one of the secrets, and then the developer was like, get away.
Oh, yeah.
No.
So funny. He was like, well, we had to change one thing. And now it's like a known thing, so I'm not really spoilering, I guess. But he was like, we had to change like one kind of big thing about the universe that, is kind of like central, da da da. And I was like, Duke Leto is still alive, and he's like, get out, just get out. It's like, all right, fine. I got kicked out a little bit because I was being too much of a nerd, but that's what
hilarious,
happened.
Kat.
So in Dune Awakening, Duke Leto is alive, Paul doesn't exist, and it's a female heir to House Atreides. Hello,
Okay.
crazy. So it's like
All right.
but you know what? It's sort of though, if you can like go with it, try to go with it, Dune people, because I was like, I'm gonna have to roll with this. if you think about it, he's always talking about the many thousands and millions and infinite numbers
Yeah.
of threads of the path. So that's just another thread of the path. So I'm like, I'm going to go with it. I'm still going to play. I'm not going to be salty about this very major, but really just one pivotal difference.
You have activated all of my neurons. They are firing at maximum right now. This is incredible. And also, like, going back to this, adding a new character like that, that is, oh my God, that's amazing. And we met and got all this started through the game Hers. So that's kind of a
Yes, we
cool
did.
tie back to like seeing another woman antagonist in protagonist in a video game, or antagonist. Fuck it, we've all, you know, like
Well,
We'll take anything we can get.
yeah.
I don't know
yeah.
how it's going to be. It's going to be an open world survival game. And so you're not actually
I
going to
love
be
open world
playing as
survival.
her, but it's like somehow you can align your house, which is going to be a minor
Yeah.
house. You know, in the Landsrad, there's
Oh,
like all
okay.
of the houses.
So okay.
So you could align with Atreides, you can align with Harkonnen. I think maybe, we don't know. I don't know a lot, but you maybe could align with House Carino. You can definitely play with your skills. You could be a Bene Gesserit. There's the swordsman, I forget what they're called, and then there's Chom, which is like the trading guild. Like there's them.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of stuff. But yeah, so there's like tons and tons of stuff. So I'm very excited to land on Arrakis. They say that like the very first area, like I don't have an actual key for the beta. I'm like, how did I not get a beta key? But they're saying that like 30-something% of players are just dying on the desert. They can't get enough water.
Wow.
It's Arrakis. I mean, like, it's crazy. So like, the first thing you have to do is like
walk properly.
get out of the sun and get a still suit, like whatever you got to do. But like, people are just dying on the sand. So I'm like, this game's gonna be nuts. Like, I'm so excited. I'm beside myself. I'm waiting 2 years for it to come out. So
okay,
yeah.
so the gender swap with Paul, it's not who you play as, but she is just one of the main pillars of the story then.
I believe. Like, we don't
Okay.
know. We just don't know.
Well,
but we know that
still
it's
cool. Still cool. I was thinking
different.
that she was going to be the main player character, kind of like how we're having a main female lead for GTA this year, which is fucking awesome.
That's
which is
so crazy.
wild.
And a Latina woman, which is
Yes.
fucking amazing.
I'm mad she doesn't have curly hair, but whatever. Maybe it'll be an option. Because you can
really
change
cool.
Trevor's hair.
I would hope
to,
it
like,
would be an option.
You know, like there's character customization to a point. So
Hey,
I mean,
Rockstar.
some days you can iron it.
Rockstar,
And
come here. I
some
want to
days
talk to
could
you.
Make it natural.
Rockstar. There are
Just saying,
options.
just
Listen to Zelden.
please. Because Saints Row did not. Saints Row did not, and that was really
upsetting.
I look at that and I'm like, hello.
That,
Yeah.
Yep.
Always options are better than not options.
Yes.
That's just fact.
I need options.
When was the last time that we saw Rockstar at PAX? Like almost a decade,
I don't
right?
know. I'm like, not since I've been going. So
yeah,
it's too long
They were
ago.
there, right? At one
They
point,
were.
like, yeah.
They were at one point, but I think it was before COVID.
Right.
That
the COVID
hit,
wave.
and then rip everything.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
you need to get back out there.
Yeah. It was nice to see Dune Awakening and Final Fantasy 14 had another. Weren't you playing a little bit of that this year, Kat?
I did do some of that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the new expansion is Dawnbringer?
Trail.
Dawn Trail. Okay.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Dawn Trail.
Yeah, and they had it there, and that was kind of awesome. It was either releasing or it was just about to release. Like, yeah. Well, you had the sun coming out.
Yeah.
It was happening.
Full disclosure, I haven't. Let me actually bring it up over here. I have not played Final Fantasy 14 in almost 2 years.
Oh, I haven't played it at all.
Oh, I have a Bunadin that I got through to what's the third expansion in 14? After
Heavensward?
Heavensward, a Stormblood. But I only got like 8 hours into it.
Okay, so
I just never
I'm not
finished
even
it.
gonna
The beginning
lie.
was slow.
I find their stories a little tough to get through.
the
Sorry,
MSQs.
Final Fantasy 14 people, do not come at me, but
You're
it
not
is
alone.
a little hard. And they're really long.
Hmm.
Like I don't need you to tell me the same information that many times, like just maybe twice.
Does it pay
Yeah.
off at least? Like, does it by the end of those
Um,
parts?
It's really, the thing is that if you like to do raiding and fun stuff,
Yeah.
they force you to go through the whole story.
Ah.
So the payoff is
Yeah.
that now you can play the group content with your friends,
Oh.
but the horrible grinding foreverness, I'm gonna not even, okay, now everyone really don't get mad. I didn't finish the expansion and I did not raid because I couldn't force myself all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't. I was like, this isn't fun, and I'm
Yeah.
not doing it. And then everyone was like, why aren't you raiding with us? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I keep saying I'm
I
gonna
still have
come back.
hours to go.
Well, I had when I found out, this is what broke my spirit. One of my friends looked up how many more hours were gonna
Yeah.
be left, and it was like 40.
Wow.
And I was like, I had already been playing for a couple weeks, and I was like, I can't do 40 more hours.
40.
And that would be like if you were like ultra super skipping, running, whatever. And like when I stream stuff, like I like to show the story so that other people don't have to do it. And I was like, I can't do like 80 more hours of stream of this. Like I can't do it. So I didn't do it. I know I'm like afraid of like the hate fest that's coming my way, but I just was like, I can't. I was like, I can't finish it, guys. I just can't.
At least in our community, I promise you'll be fine, because we're all TTRPG nerds, which means that all of us are filthy casuals when it comes to every other game. I know some members of our community are going to say speak for yourself, because we do have a few people that are hardcore into Final Fantasy 14, but also there's no judgment. Everybody knows how long the main story quests take, and I did the MSQ before the revamp, so I did like whatever the 120 hours. Okay, so you and I both know the pain of that. And Heaven's Word was amazing. But I got about, again, 8 to maybe 16 hours into Stormblood. I'll have to get back into it if you recommend it. I'll have to get back into it, but it starts very slow, I think.
I think most of their stories are sort of slow-ish, and then eventually, like, you actually have to sit. This is maybe the thing that I'm not so good at. You kind of have to really sit with it sometimes to really think about, like, well, how, like, extrapolate, like, how bad would this be if something like that, like, and then it's like, oh, Dawn Trail.
Yeah, Dawn Trail makes me, I mean, we have it up on the screen right now, and every time I see one of these cinematics for 14, I'm like, oh god, I gotta play again. I gotta give more of my money to Square Enix.
That's how they get you.
Yeah,
that's how they get you.
And also getting some hype from Kat on Stormblood, and that's a personal recommendation. So if you're personally recommending it, I'll have to go back and stick with it, because that Squeenix is going to be at PAX East again this year, since they were there last year, and the game comes out on July. I'm not saying 100%. I'm speculating. They're probably going to be there again. If they were there last year, they thought it was worth it. Yeah, and especially being so close to release, because PAX Warm is in May this year. Dawn Trail is on July 2nd.
They had some really cute merch. Did you guys see the clothes they had?
No, I didn't.
Crossover.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm completely wrong. It's already been out. I didn't even know that.
They had some really cute
outfits. Been out. I stand corrected.
What were the outfits?
What's out? I missed it.
Yeah. Oh, Dawn Trail. I thought it was releasing this year.
No, Dawn Trail's been out since last summer.
Wow, I'm silly. Okay. But yeah, maybe they won't be there this year. Never mind. I stand corrected.
Because they've been there for like the past few years.
Pretty regular,
especially, they've been the ones that have been like the main sponsors. Like they're the ones out. The lanyards are always based off of Final Fantasy. I feel like they're always there. It would be strange if they weren't.
I hope they are.
Can you tell that I've been ignoring Final Fantasy 14 news for the past year since last PAX East?
You're like, I'm just gonna pretend that I'm up on it. Yeah.
I
That's me.
pulled up this website specifically for this conversation so we could see when the release date was, and I just saw July 2nd. I was like, whatever, it'll probably be this year. But yeah, I haven't played since, I think the last time I actually played Final Fantasy 14 was in 2020, 2021,
Nice.
maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been a long time. And again, yeah, Essy, past time to see the sun and breathe fresh air. I know, I need to get out more. But it is
Not
that
right now. It's winter. It's too cold for
yeah,
that. More game time.
now would be the perfect time to actually play Dawn Trail that has been out for 7 months. I didn't even know about. All right, so yeah, so Dawn Trail has been out for 6 months. And was this the expansion that you were saying that you were having a hard time getting through?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Because I also
sense.
had to finish the end.
In my mind, I thought you were talking about
of-
Shadowbringers.
Well, I had
Because
to
to me,
finish the
it's still
end of.
new.
Well, I had to finish the end of Shadowbringers.
Yeah.
And then I also they had like those like the intermission part where there's still some story amount. Then I started and I was like, I can't get through this. Like I just
Mhm.
can't. I was having a really hard time.
So Baldur's Gate just came out with another major patch, patch 8.
Mm-hmm.
And even though this game has been out for a long time, that Nautiloid has been there every year for the past 4 years.
That booth though was so incredible. I loved it, and the cosplayers there that they hired. Oh my
Mhm.
god!
Yeah, that was really cool. Were they guests that got passes
I
that got
think-
VIP passes, or were they
I
paid?
think so, because I've definitely seen those cosplayers on like a few of those cosplayers on TikTok. So I feel like
Yeah.
they brought them over to be their
Oh, shit.
mascots for the day or for
That's
the
amazing.
weekend.
Awesome.
Because I've definitely seen since I played, like I haven't beat the game, but I started the game and was obsessed with it, and then I dropped off because of course I did because my attention span is very little. But
ADHD, I hear that.
yes, that's the yes.
Mhm.
But the big red woman, big red beautiful woman,
Carlac.
Karlak, that cosplayer I definitely had seen on TikTok.
Autumn
before.
Ivy.
Wait.
Is that who they
Yeah.
were?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I have to admit that I'm the pickle that did not play Baldur's Gate.
That's okay.
That's you.
That's
So
okay.
Still
I'm
plenty
just
of
gonna
time.
like.
That's okay.
Still plenty of time. Hey, if
I
you
was
want to
like-
get like
I think about it sometimes, but now I'm worried because I'm like, what if I start playing that and then Dune Awakening comes out, and then what will I do?
You'll be like me
I'm
and
like,
drop
I
off
can't.
for months.
I've been
and then
like
have to go back.
waiting and waiting and waiting. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I should just get it. Maybe
So-
it doesn't inspire me. I'll let you know what happens. I keep saying
Yeah.
I'm gonna maybe do it.
It is a very inspiring game. It is one of the best games that I've ever played
Everybody
in my
keeps
life.
saying that, and I'm like, how did I
Wow.
miss it? How
Yeah,
did I miss it?
it's definitely
I need
I
to
think
go
top
back.
3.
I have to continue playing it because I really enjoyed it, and it had me like embarrassed and like hiding the whole time, like all that I played. And I only played through like I'm still in Act 1. I'm still very much in Act 1. Still need to get through a lot that I don't even know. But my God, it had me like hiding in my seat. So I'm excited to play more of it and force myself to play more because it's so good.
So listen, ladies, if you want to get a Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough going, let me know. I'm happy to
Really?
jump on to a Baldur's Gate 3 stream as a
That
guest.
sounds like chaos. That
We can
sounds
do
like
that.
Yeah.
such
That
chaos.
would be fun.
Can we,
Yeah.
the question that I want to know, I don't know if we can, but when are we going to get playable goblins? I would absolutely play a chaos goblin.
Yes.
When
Please.
are we getting playable goblins
When Goblin.
in BG3? More
Nice.
Reddit posts, unfortunately.
Like, there's
Angry
probably a
Reddit
lot.
posts. Give me my short stacks, please.
Oh my God.
Or bugbears.
But that
Or
game was also
hobgoblins.
one I had to get mods for to get curly hair in, so.
Another one.
So
So Rockstar,
that's my gripe.
take notes, Rockstar. Seriously,
Take
you've
notes,
got
everybody.
time. Yeah, and everybody. I'm wondering, that would be really cool if we did see Rockstar there this year. But
Hmm.
it's almost been like a decade, so who knows? Because Baldur's Gate 3, I know Larian is working on some of their other projects and have shifted some focus very slowly in the early
Yeah.
stages of development. So the question is, are they going to have another Baldur's Gate 3 stand with the
True.
Nautiloid again, or maybe some
Teasing
promotion for
something
their
else.
new game, or is it going to be another major vendor? Maybe we'll see Rockstar come back. Who knows? But I'm always happy to see Larian and Baldur's Gate 3.
Hmm.
I'll take my selfies and my photos, of course, if they're
Yep.
there. I love Larian. It would be cool to see some other studios return. I do
Yeah.
like all the indie devs that are there though. It is very cool. It has become more of a very local convention,
Hmm.
which I like. But are there any particular were there any particular indie devs that stood out to you that you can remember? I know if we don't like write it down and have it right in front of us, especially with the ADHD, the
Uh,
object permanence. But
Hmm.
for me, I have a few, but it was specifically for the TTRPG world. So I'm curious if y'all had any indie devs that really stood out to you that you can recall from PAX
Um,
East last year.
I'm trying to remember if it was this year or a previous year, but it was for that game that was by he was a YouTuber. I never watched him growing up, but a lot of my friends did, and we ended up actually sitting next to the guy. Um, he made this game that came out, I think it was last year or this year, that was really popular. What's this? It starts with a D. Dun. Oh, what is his name? YouTuber
That is a
game.
good question.
Dundee Dun. I'm trying to remember, but he was really popular, and it that game looked really interesting, and he was really nice to my friends. When they went up to him, gave one of my friends a keychain, and it was such like a special experience. So I think about that one, even though I can't think of the name of anything, because again, ADHD, it do be hard out here unless I have no time permanence.
Animal Well?
Yeah, that one.
Okay,
Yep,
all right, awesome.
that was the one. Woo,
Teamwork!
we got there.
Teamwork!
We got there in the end.
Yeah.
My God, that was painful.
Okay. No.
But yeah.
It's there's a lot more extenuating pauses in the TTRPG world, especially in D&D, because it gets very slow, especially when you're doing math and numbers. So let's bring up Animal Well.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, here we go. Look at this. This is good content here. Let's bring it up. On like they have an actual website.
Yeah, it's really
Okay.
official looking. Um,
Let's
I think it's Metroidvania vibes, but it's so colorful and beautiful looking.
mm.
Um, and I don't know, like it gives me, I don't know, it gives me like a nostalgia feel when I look at it. I haven't played it yet, but it's one of those that I'm definitely, I know I'll play one day.
okay. Actually, I have it up on the screen. I'm watching the trailer. I'll bring it down a little bit here so we can get it on the screen for everybody. Okay. Yep. So, wow,
Like
it's
it's
really cool.
beautiful. It is incredible looking. So yeah, that one stuck out to me.
It is. Holdrake, have you played it? And while we ask the audience too, did you get a chance to get through it, Zelda?
Not yet. I need to, but I'm in the midst of too many games.
You,
I,
No, it's really cute.
I,
I'm
I hear that.
multitasking.
Yeah, you're right though. The nostalgia vibes
Yes.
that this is giving
Like
me. Wow. Oh, I
I
guess
definitely
flashing
want to
light
play
warning.
it.
This
All
is
right.
really cute.
Wow,
Oh
this
yeah,
it's
that's crazy.
beautiful.
Because it's like Metroid vibes, but it also reminds me of this indie game called Inside. That like I feel like it's gonna have like a twist to it. Um, so yeah,
Oh my God, look at
I
that.
like how it looks.
Yeah, and it came out a couple of months after, 2 months after PAX East last year. Like it's like Dawn Trail came out uh
I don't know
four
what year it is.
4 months after
It's
PAX.
January. You know what?
Yeah, it's been a rough few months for a lot of
Real.
people. Yeah, for a lot of reasons. So My apologies to everyone that that's our Roll20 map from D&D. It's still up. That's
Oh,
okay.
shoot.
Ophidius. Yeah, I wanted to bring up Dune
Yes,
Awakening.
Cole. That inside, yes, that one was so good.
There wasn't a lot last year that was ready. Like I feel like they're
Yeah.
behind. And then they keep like not telling us when the launch date is. I'm like, come on.
For Dune Awakening?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes me sad. Like I'm not even like I'm not gonna sugarcoat it anymore. I'm like, I'm sad, you guys. I'm in their Discord. I'm like, when's the launch? Like 700 times.
You're not wrong. Yeah, the website as of right now, so everybody can
Mhm.
see it. Exposed.
There's a couple videos that show some stuff, but there's
Yeah.
not a lot. There's really not a lot. Like you end up like just not. I'm not sure what's happening.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
I'm dying.
Well, here it
actually, a little
is.
bit.
Coming to PC early 2025. Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, okay, fine. I'm like, so that means the end of June.
Yeah.
It'll
Right
technically be
here.
the beginning of the year.
Right here, everybody. Let me make sure that this is on the stream. Yep, yeah, it's on the stream, front and center.
Mhm.
Any other? No, I know it's so hard to not constantly go back to the larger devs, but thank you for sharing that other. I'm gonna link that in the chat as well. Animalwell.net. Kat, did you have any other? Did you have any indie devs?
There were a couple, but then I don't remember what they were called at all. Like I have zero memories.
Totally fair.
There was one that was really cool that was like it was set like in like sort of like a disaster area like outside of like the south of San Francisco that looked really cool. But and they gave me like a little comic book and I was like, this is really cool. But I got nothing. I got nothing. I can't remember the name of it at all. And I if I saw it, I'd be like, that's it. But I got nothing.
I always
No,
take the
that's
little
fair.
cards, and then a few
Yeah.
months later, I'm like, okay, I can get rid of them.
Yes. I end up with like the bag of little cards and things
Yes.
and stuff. Yeah. No, I
That,
don't have any.
eventually I'm the same thing, except I put them all in when you're a Magic the Gathering player and you order cards from Card Kingdom, they send you these nice little like card holder plastic containers, and I put our business cards in there, and the other business cards we get, it's like a give one take one, and I end up with this big stack and this card. I don't have any near me. Otherwise, I would say Google this and get some because they're so perfect. Athena Alliance, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you.
Hi. That's my
Brent?
girls.
Yeah? Okay, awesome. Heck
Yes.
yeah. Hello, friends.
We love
Friends
Athena
of
Alliance in this
Zelden.
house.
Welcome. Yeah, welcome in. We're chatting Animal Well and, of course, PAX East, talking about the release date of Dune and also how to preserve business cards if you're there doing a little content creation. And yeah, I don't even know. It's one of those things where like I don't even know how to get these little card holders other than to order cards from Card Kingdom. And like I'm sure it's probably like I'm sure you can probably find them somewhere at Target, like or Walmart or wherever. But I wouldn't know where to look, and I would be harassing the employees like, you know where I can get like plastic holders for trading cards, and probably get like weird looks. But or you can just buy singles from Card Kingdom, and then we'll send you a ton. We've got like 20 somewhere.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but I end up bringing them to all these conventions, so and they'll get cracked or damaged, and then I'll give them away, get new ones, and put stickers on them and everything. But yeah, they're pretty great. All right, so that's Animal Well, and what were some stars that you had from PAX East last year? I know we talked about the food trucks, but some of your best moments. Let's start with Kat this time. Kat, what was your best memory from last year?
I feel like last year was really kind of nice because last year was my son's first year at college. So he came to meet me. So like it was different. Like I didn't go with him. Like so it was just so nice like when he got there and then we just kind of met up and it was really special. Like he hadn't been away from home that long before and you know those kind of things. And so it was sort of just for me it was just having the extra time with him And when we, like we walked in and we were just so excited to like do our thing and enjoy our time and catch up. So for me, like that was just like was an extra special like. I know it's kind of nerdy, I guess, but it was just an extra special like mom weekend for me.
That sounds wonderful. You got to
Yeah.
bond.
It was really nice. Yeah.
And it was cool to be able to actually, I know you've talked a lot about your son, but it was cool to actually meet him. It's like I felt like I was meeting a celebrity because you talk so much about him. But yeah,
one day I'll bring the other ones to you. Like they're not quite old
Mm.
enough to bring, but
That's fair.
like maybe
Yeah.
maybe next year because then they'll be the same age as when I've. Anyway, never mind.
No,
I'm trying to,
it
like,
makes sense. That makes
spread it
no,
out.
that makes sense. But yeah, no, that's really cool. Anytime you can share like a convention experience that has meant so much to you with a family member, a friend, or a child, that's something really special. That is, I'm glad you got to experience that because that was cool. And I was just there. I was like,
really
oh my god, I finally get to meet you. That's really cool.
Well, it was also funny because when we first went to PAX, we went to look to get information about what it's really like to work in the industry,
right.
and now
Yeah.
he's becoming a game development programmer.
Oh,
So like he did actually like so it was so surreal kind of to like go to the thing, and then we saw students from his college with their games like showing it off like at PAX.
That's
So
awesome.
like that was also
Yeah.
kind of like I was like, wow, like it's really come like the full circle round. Like anyway, so that was kind of blew my mind a little, you know.
And I know you did panels. What you did a panel last year and the year before, 2 years in a row, I think. And
Yeah.
you both did panels 2 years in a row.
no, this was my first panel.
That was
ever.
your first year. Okay, so we're gonna segue over to panels in a second. But before we get to that, what was your best memory from PAX East, Zelden?
The panel.
The panel. Okay. Speaking of the Queen of Segways, tell us about your panel from last year.
Yeah, so we had 100 Hour Reviews, whose name is Fairman. Fairman had set up having this little panel about women content creators, and he wasn't able to do it that day, but we had another friend that was able to host it for us, and it was me and Kat and one other person that was on this panel basically talking about how we started and tips and tricks that we found that helpful along the way. And it was really special to me because the person that I kind of grew up watching was in the audience supporting me, which was
awesome.
so sick. Like it was such a nice experience to have him like sitting in the audience when I knew that I watched him on, like I watched his YouTube videos and I watched his streams, and then he's here watching me. Like the fact that he did that, so awesome. It was such a nice experience, and then getting to talk to everybody afterwards, like being able to take pictures with everyone. That's where we took our picture.
Yeah,
that's where we took our picture that day. So that was.
I think that was the panel I came in. I was like, right?
Yeah, there was just so much hype, and then I got to do my little Malamart dance after when everyone was leaving. It was a lot of fun. That was a highlight because I never thought, because PAX is technically one of my local conventions, so I never would have thought that I'd have that opportunity. I know like it's something that I could definitely like submit for, but it was nice that somebody asked if I wanted to. It was so kind of him. He didn't have to, and he did, and it was awesome, and I loved it. So yeah.
Really cool. And I think I did. I bumped into your co-panelist at PAX Unplugged, which was very cool. And I was like, oh hey.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. That was a good panel. That was fun. Y'all were amazing. Y'all crushed it, and that was a really good panel. What was your experience on that, Kat? Did you have anything else about that panel that you wanted to share that really stood out to you?
So it was awesome. Like God, there's so many things that happened like that were awesome at PAX like last year. Like so a bunch of people came from the Star Wars community.
Yeah.
And they came like so I met people that I had been playing with. Like I met people from my raid team like alive, like hello. People that I've been my team has been playing together, and by the time the next PAX comes, I will be in the same static team for 4 years.
Wow.
So I've been literally playing with some of these players for 3 years plus, some of them even longer. And they came and we met. That was another so PAX had so many like things that had nothing to do with like necessarily with the convention itself, but it was like, so I met them, like that was amazing. I was like, oh my god, like I just, so much love for my teams, for some of the other content creators, for Star Wars. It's a small community. And then I also got to meet, because she was on a panel too, but I got to meet the community manager for Star Wars The Old Republic, and I was like, oh my god, this is crazy too. So I was like, no way. So then we had like a sort of like a hangout thing, like for Star Wars people, like at the hotel nearby, and we had like my stream. I'm always like, it's time to coffee and chill. We actually got to coffee and chill together, like in the afternoon. So it was like we walked around, we did a bunch of stuff like at the convention, but then we like went back and like sat down, we had coffee and chill time, blah blah. Then we went back, we did more stuff. It was so nice. And then they came, to the panel, and it was so nice too, because like, yeah, it's just nice when like your real people show up to like really be there, and it's weird. It's a very surreal thing when you've been playing and talking and co-oping and like doing stuff together with people for so long, and then like that person like they like come out of the screen and like then they're real, like it's so awkward too, because you give them like these huge weirdo hugs because you're like, I'm like so excited, and then like I don't know. And I'm not even that much of a hugger, but I have found that I do hug my digital people. I'm always so thrilled that they're real. Like
that happened to me too. I had viewers that came to PAX this year, and like I had seen them, some of them 1 year prior, but then others I got to meet this year too, and it was so cool to like to see them and to give them hugs and be so excited, or go to panels with them too, like to have them sitting in front of you and you're like, that's my friend right there that I see online, and that's crazy. Like it's such a surreal experience. Like I look back at my...
It's pretty great. Like honestly, it's pretty great.
I look back at my Malamart video and I have a bunch of my viewers with me doing the little dance, and that part just is that's a little star moment for me of like, it's so cute. I want to I encapsulated the moment forever, and I want to eat the moment. It makes me happy. It's so nice. I love conventions.
Yeah. And meeting, whether it's someone who watches your channel or part of your community or part of your raid team, it's the best part about any con. I also got that video of your panel on the stream right now. Up in the background.
Oh my god.
So we can see the four of you in all of your splendor, just kind of like doing your thing at that panel. And I can't, so your panelist and like, oh my gosh, what was their name again? With the backwards hat that was sitting on the right, if you're looking at the video, your left.
I can't remember.
I can't remember either, because I'm like actually the worst with names.
They were the one that I saw at PAX Unplugged.
Yes. Her name started with a C.
I forget. I know she's an announcer. She does a lot of like esports and robotics announcing.
Camila Panda. Boom.
Yes, Panda.
Boom.
Okay. All right. I actually want to get. And
Pam.
her pronouns are she, her.
I think so.
I believe so.
Okay. And what was her social again?
Camila
Panda. Yeah.
Okay.
I would never ever have remembered that.
Okay. Yeah. At Camila Panda. Go check her out on the socials. Give her some love as well. She was pretty cool. She was one of Zelden and Cat's co-panelists. And I saw her at PAX Unplugged. I gave her a hug because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm friends with Zelden and Cat. And she was like, oh shit, okay, cool, yeah, what's up? So we just had a quick conversation at PAX Unplugged about, tabletop games and board games and whatever. It was real quick, but I didn't want to keep her too long. I was like, oh, you're really cool. I'll let you get back to it. But PAX Unplugged is just as fun as PAX East, but that's a whole other podcast.
What even is this video? It's so steady. How did you get such a nice video?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I I like to say I'm classically trained when it comes to media, which was awesome because okay, and I know I'm talking about Unplugged again, but at Unplugged, even though, oh my gosh, we tried out my co-admin and myself, my business partner, we tried out these these noise canceling Bluetooth lav mics that were, I think, considered on paper ideal for a convention, but even when they were clipped, the sound was still it was too loud and muffled.
Yeah.
And
frustrating.
yeah, so I was like, fuck it. So this year for PAX East and PAX Unplugged, we're investing in the Rode Interview Pro with the receiver, because I like tossing the mic back and forth. I like doing the interview
You're getting
thing.
fancy.
Yeah, because that's what we were doing with the lav mics, because and we've seen other TikTok creators that do it and do it well. I think being in an environment where you can like whisper a little maybe makes more sense, like if you're in your home studio than at the convention. But even with just being clipped, maybe it was the Bluetooth combined with the too much noise, but it was just it was peaking a lot, unfortunately. But TLDR, that very traditional, that very classical sort of traditional foundation in media, Rob, our friend Rob from Artalsorium, was talking to me after the fact, and he was like, hey, I was really impressed by like the professionality of your interview and how you conducted yourself and with the question. I was like, thank you so much. That's really cool that Rob from Artalsorium is saying this to me. That's freaking awesome. What? But like I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm really upset about the peaking, but we salvaged what we could. It's still a great video. The content is there. It's just having the masks on, because we both had masks on with the lav mics, really messed up the lav mics too. It definitely had like a muffled sound. Yeah, but it's clear. It's clear, but it's muffled. Anyway, but that being able to interview people like that or just have a conversation like this is one of the things that's like considered one of like the traditional media skills, I guess. But sound, unfortunately, has been a trial and error at conventions. It's
Well, I mean, look at the location is so hard, right? I mean, it's definitely not a controlled studio environment, like it's not happening.
They are the worst. That was my one cool story. I'm really not that cool. I'm not really not that cool. That was like the one compliment I got from someone there that I held very near and dear to my heart. But as far as PAX East 2025, what's something that y'all would really like to see? You could choose one thing because we know sometimes that the media folks over at PAX, and we love y'all. Y'all are amazing. Thank you for being awesome. Do watch this podcast and other content that we make. So if you're speaking to them right now, what would you put on your wishes, on your wish list for 2025? Because they still got a few months.
Oh my god.
Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah.
Switch 2. You can do the funniest thing. You can bring it. You can demo it. You could do anything you want. You could just have a
insane.
Just have a huge life
They
size.
should do something. You don't think they'll do anything?
It might be easier to get Reggie Fils-Aimé now that he's not. Yeah.
So they're saying, when I saw the trailer for the new Switch 2, that there's going to be a Nintendo experience thing going around in multiple cities where you'll get to have a hands-on experience with the Switch 2. But I want that experience to be at PAX. Like, I feel like that would be such a perfect place to do it. But I'm doubting it because they're having that experience.
Right,
so
they're controlling it more because they already have their own idea.
Yeah.
I gotta Google, who is the new CEO?
Oh, Doug Bowser.
Isn't it actually Bowser?
For America. Yeah.
Nintendo
That's
America.
amazing.
Okay, I feel like I do remember hearing about this. And they were like, the new Nintendo guy's name is literally Bowser.
Bowser.
Okay. Now, granted, if they were able to get Reggie Fils-Aimé, that would be a huge draw, and I'm sure he wouldn't be able to talk about a lot of stuff. But having the former, he was the CEO of America, right? CEO of Nintendo America. Yeah. That was his official title. Yeah. having the former CEO of America and media personality, which is how I know him by. I'm like, oh, it's your boy Reggie Fils-Aimé. Like,
my body is Reggie.
yeah. Just having him there as a guest might be a little easier. But yeah, Nintendo and more stuff about Switch.
Yeah, that's what I want. That would be the dream. I doubt that it'll happen, but I'm over here begging.
Switch
Please,
2.
please. And
That would
it's
be
Switch
so
2 with the
crazy.
claps instead of
Yeah.
snaps, which is also crazy.
I feel like if that was there, you would have to wait like the full
Oh,
4 days
yeah.
to get to the front of the line.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Guaranteed. I'm camping. I'm
Yeah.
camping.
yeah.
So
I'll bring a snack.
as of January 16th, 2025, the latest I guess blog post or blurb from Nintendo on official communication on their website says, again, same thing with June Awakening, to be released in 2025.
I am like not a fan of the no announcement. Like, I'm really not. Like, announcing that you're going to announce a thing is like, I'm against that.
And
Like,
Yeah.
New
I used
York.
to hate that so much.
Now wait a minute, hold on. I see they're doing a lot of international things, but
That makes sense.
yeah, New York, Los Angeles, Dallas, Toronto in April, and then Paris, London, Milan, Berlin, April, and then there is a gap, and then May. When is? Let me go back over to PAX East and see. May 8th. Ah, yeah, they're gonna be in Amsterdam. No, Madrid and then Amsterdam.
This was my first reason. Goodbye.
But I'm seeing 2 teams in Europe, one at Madrid, one at Amsterdam. So maybe
there's hope.
Maybe, yeah, because there's no jump in American dates. So the PAX East schedule is still empty. It's still TBD. And looks like the American team doesn't have anything after April as of the January announcement. So, I mean, for May, as of the January announcement. Maybe?
Yeah.
A girl can dream. A girl can freaking dream.
And I know media doesn't have the ability. Oh, we can see. Okay, yeah, now we can bring up the actual. Here it is. Okay. But we know that media can maybe convey the wishes to the powers that be, even if it falls on deaf ears. Those are
tell them directly. Zelden said that you have to come, so you have to.
Yes.
Just let them know.
Zelden said. It's
like
a
who the
now.
hell is that?
It's a rule. Yeah. So, Kat, wishes for this year.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I feel like I've been so buried with like all my other nonsense. Like, I don't really feel like I've had a lot of time to put into like thinking ahead for gaming. I'm hoping that more of my friends will come. I'm going to have more time this year to do fun stuff, I feel like, because I'm not going to be worrying about being on a panel. But I think I'm also trying to look forward for my son. Like, I think I have to do a little bit more pre-work or networking work for him to hopefully get work. So I got to go to some panels and like spread my business cards or something like for like, hey, like you need an intern because I got a programmer, like weird shit like that, like embarrassing mom stuff like that you're promoting your kid. I think I'm gonna have to do some of that. That's mostly where my mind is at for PAX. That and thinking that like maybe this will be the year that I actually go out at night at PAX.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys.
Everybody. Well, there's the Saturday night. There's the Saturday night party, so we can always go. So last night at the we'll just call it the lobby party, right? It's a bunch of content creators and whomever, right? Guess mix and mingle, right? It's a little bit of a mixer, but it's a lot of fun. And last year we were hanging out with our friends from Distal's Place and Nomnivore, which are some of my stars, is being able to immerse myself with my friends and other TTRPG booths, which they stick all the TTRPG booths at the far side of PAX East, but I pretty much hung out around there the whole weekend, right? Because that's all my friends and peers from are mostly TTRPG circles. But at the lobby party, we had our big group, and we were doing our fireball thing, and then Jonathan Young just kind of walks in, sits down at the table next to us, and starts playing EDH, Magic the Gathering Commander, with some other people there. We're like, oh, this is freaking awesome. This is so cool. And that type of interaction at PAX is very familiar and also fun if you're just going out on a Saturday night to one of those parties. If you're a creator, and there's also a ton of other parties in Boston for everybody, right? There's a ton of different bars, venues, restaurants, other parties, hotel parties. Multiple lobby parties are sort of kind of open. So yeah, it's great. But we should definitely have some a gals
I'll
night.
have to try to rally and actually go out this time. I'm always like, no, I'm like, I gotta go to bed.
Last year there was the Twitch one, but they switched venues. It was a little further away, and I was like, my party won't want to go. And then I go to my partner, and he's like, I would have gone. They had beer there.
Oh no.
So this year, I definitely want to go to the Twitch one whenever they announce
I would do that.
Right?
Yeah, I would do that because clearly, like, I'm trying to do my stuff and be good and
that, and like the Latin
regimented.
Guild and the Women's Guild all hang out. Like they all are invited to those too. Like if you're part of the Twitch guilds, so it's nice to mingle with them too. I didn't get to mingle. I didn't get to. Yes, it'll be fun.
Yeah. So regardless
of
what you're doing,
we're gonna have a meeting about outfits then, because I need outfit meetings.
We got you.
So obviously, without revealing the deets, regardless of who you are or where you're coming from or what you're doing at PAX East, there is fun stuff to do in the city. There's parties, a ton of parties. You'll be able to find one if you look for it. And I hope that we can. Maybe this will be the year that we can go and grab drinks as the trio, plus whomever else we have with us. All right, big party, TBD.
Let's do it.
Any last minute thoughts you want to add as we sort of wind down and approach 10:30 here? We'll start with Zelden. Last minute anything about PAX.
Last minute. Here was my badge from last year. I got a little ally ribbon, and I got lots of pins because I love to decorate.
Oh yeah, you're good at that.
As many pins as I can
Penny Arcade.
From indie games and fan gamer and all of that. Yeah. And then I also have the special guest badge because we did the panel. So I keep these and I cherish these like crazy. And then somebody at a booth saw me in my Minoru costume and gave me a poop. They gave me a little
golden dew.
Because it's a Korok seed is like one of them was a poop in
that's so funny.
One of the games.
That's amazing.
They were like, here you go, a gift for you. And I'm like, I will cherish this always. And I still have it.
That's amazing.
Whoever they were, I'm still thankful.
Whoever you are, thank you.
Thank you. So that's my little last parting words.
That's
amazing. Amazing. And I love it is now a crown.
Yes.
I thought this was the East one, but this is the unplugged one. But yeah, I also cherish the badges they give me. Like the first year, this was the first year I had a content. Yeah, it's really special. Like not just all the badges, but this was the first year I had a content creator badge, and I was like,
this will be me next year.
Like,
this will be.
Yes,
I'm gonna do it.
I was just so honored to be a part of the community, be able to do those interviews. And a shout out to Natalie Feeney of the Storyteller Squad. Shout out to Monomyth Games and 10 Candles. These amazing individuals, and of course our friends over at Critical Kit UK, who we all got to interview last year at PAX. And for our PAX East video series, the audio there is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Much better than the PAX Unplugged video this year, but go and check out our PAX East series. This is the PAX East podcast. And yeah, all of it. Yeah, all of the above. But
awesome.
Yeah, and if you see Zelden, you give her stuff. Give her little collectibles and pins.
And I'll show it off the next year.
Yeah, and it will be on camera. It will be on camera. So definitely send some love both in the virtual world through socials to Zelda, and we're gonna get to like your promotional stuff as well, but also little gifts. And
Fun.
Kat, any last minute little things or objects or
I just feel like
that you
super
have?
excited. I love when we do this because it just gives me
Yeah.
that burst of energy and
Mhm.
excitement and like looking
Hmm.
forward. And now I'm like, oh my God, I'm so pumped to just do all the things and see all the
Yeah.
stuff and hopefully greet friends, you guys, of course, and people from Star Wars, people from other games. Like, I'm hoping that the Dune Awakening people will be there so I can harass them again. And
Fingers
then,
crossed.
we're just gonna have a really good time. That's what I'm like.
Yeah.
I need this positive feeling
Yes.
about looking forward to
Yes.
something that's going to be fantastic. So that's where I'm at with it. I hope everyone's like, get psyched, let's go.
Yes.
Yeah. I definitely feel like I need to make like little gift bags now for you too to have for
No.
this year. So I can
No.
just like little silly like $10 like gift bags. It'll be a surprise. It'll be a
No.
little like I made you gift bags. Just like silly little stuff that you can like like the golden dew.
The
That is
golden.
so funny. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
But that about brings us to the end of time for tonight. I could talk for another half hour, but I want to respect everybody's time. It's been just about an hour. Let's go around the table. I guess this is a round table. Force of Habit from TTRPGs, but still a round table. So the virtual round table. Let's start with Kat. Kat, what a second time bring us back around. What do you do? Where can everybody find you? And what's your schedule? What's your whole thing? Tell us about Kat and Cat's
So
Tales.
I'm Kat. Cat's Tales is me on Twitch. That's where I tell my stories and I show everyone the other stories that I'm working on with gaming. I typically play MMOs. I play cooperative games. Sometimes I play survival. Occasionally I play shooters. But mostly I end up screaming a lot when I do that. I do not play horror. I'm typically on right now. I've usually started about 10:30. Let's be real. It's a little later. It's more like 10:30, 11. And I do that from Sunday through Wednesday. I start at the same time. Sundays I go long because I can. So I usually go through about 4:30. During the week, I end when school ends. So I end at about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's what I'm doing. I keep saying I'm gonna add nighttime streams back in. I have not yet, but I'm still thinking about it. I do nightmare raiding. I do a bunch of different type stuff like that, like more like high tier things. But I
Mhm.
also am a goofball and I fall off of mountains and do exploring. So that's me. Mostly I'm on Twitch. I'm also on BlueSky, and I do sometimes update Instagram and TikTok. Cat's tails underscore in between.
All right. Thank you. And hey, there sometimes falling off of a mountain is the best content
Oh,
for a stream,
it is.
especially in a Zelda game. Especially
I'm
in a
like,
Oh.
Zelda
one should
game.
hope so because I do it with some frequency.
It's too
Yeah.
relatable.
Yeah.
Oh,
Eventually I'll get back into more serious variety streaming. Y'all inspire me to do that as well, but too many. We gotta wrap up these TTRPG streams first, especially the D&D ones. Yeah, thank you, Kat, and let's go over to Zelden. Speaking of Zelda, Zelden, what you got going on? What do you do? Where can everybody find you? And anything exciting that you have coming up that people can look forward to?
Sure. So, yep, I'm Zelden or ZeldaandFairies on all social media. I play mostly Nintendo games, but I do a bit of variety as well. Like, I love horror, but I also like adventure games, or I don't know, random games. I like Bethesda games. Um, I'll play anything. It'll be a lot of fun. Over on Twitch, I stream usually Tuesday nights. That's as most as I can handle at the moment because work is work and I have to be working, and it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So
The day
Tuesdays are
job
my stream
hustle.
nights. The night job hustle. It's the night job hustle, and that's my one night that I have that I can give to my streams. So I try my best for those nights. If I'm not streaming, I'm also on TikTok. Been making lots of videos over there lately. It's been a lot of fun doing little jewelry jar unboxing videos and also cosplay videos. I cosplayed as Eggman I don't know what's going on with my life.
Amazing.
I'm just holding on for dear life. So I'm just trying to have fun. And if you want to follow along, Zelda and Fairies everywhere. So thank you for having me.
Thank
Yeah,
you for
thank
being
you.
here. And I think that would technically bring it back to me, but we don't have anything new or world shattering going on. We have the amazing TTRPG streams that we usually do here at ESP. And on Wednesday, we have our incredible Fandelver and Below game that is scheduled for, we should be live by 9:30 every other Wednesday. It's a game about toppling fascism and about fighting back against an oppressive theocratic fascist regime. So yeah. Yeah. Cough cough, hint hint. There's a lot of similarities, and the story that we're telling has been very cathartic for a lot of people, not just our players, but also our audience, who has become really invested in the story of these five heroes who are playing a much, very well recognized and much beloved module, Lost Mine of Fandelver, and taking it to a very modern parallel that has this incredible catharsis. There's some one-for-one scenes or some set pieces from Saving Private Ryan, for example. If you're into that film as like a classic war film, the ending of the film is a set piece that we have planned for the Siege of Phandalin, which is not in the book, but it's something that we're doing since we're fighting against fascism here in the Sword Coast. A very recognizable area. Also being familiar to people that have played Baldur's Gate. So definitely check us out on Wednesday at 9:30 if that is something that interests you. And in the meantime, thank you again for being here. And we're gonna do a little raid, probably over to, let's see who we have here. Always some cool people. Ooh. Let's
Picking
do...
a raid is always so hard.
I
Mhm.
know.
I want to do something.
Yes.
Let's go over, because we're not a TTRPG stream today. We're a variety, sort of like a variety chatting stream. So I would like to raid another gaming content creator, the Tags, it's a streamer who was brought onto my radar. Someone who's very cool. You should definitely check them out. Moonkiller17. And I'm kind of hyped to be rating over there. Tags, bisexual anime, black and black brilliance. So a little ADHD tag in there too. So let's pay it forward and subscriber only chat, but we can go and send some love. And I'm excited for y'all to see some other cool streamers. Looks like Moonkiller is playing Final Fantasy XIV. Speaking of Final Fantasy XIV, it's a perfect segue.
Nice.
So
Excellent.
yeah, let's go say hello. And if you got an Amazon Prime sub, definitely use that. If you got it, pay it forward. Some creators, if you have one just sitting there, now is the perfect time to use that Prime sub. Don't use it on us. Use it on Moonkiller 17, please. All right. Thanks, everybody, and thank you again to Zelden and Kat for being here, and we'll see y'all on Wednesday, and we'll see Zelden and Kat in their spheres for some variety streaming and some SWTOR. All right, y'all. We shall return.